Alright, are we ready to pick this up?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lamb through this crypt. Alright. So you make your way through this 6-foot stone door that you finally opened. You hear that voice penetrate your minds. You're not quite sure where the source of that voice is. The voice sounds almost like claws kind of just scraping at your very consciousness. You kind of squint and grimace at it, almost like wanting to hold your head, like just get out of my head. But the voice continues. It's like, leave, leave. What would you like to do?
All this talk of flaying is reminding me of that rabbit we're gonna eat when we get back. Hello?
Great enough, Reed.
Which, as you think of that and the smell of all of that rot and everything, it does an interesting thing to your stomach. But you call out into the crypt, hello? The voice kind of stops. Silence descends, and you can hear the drip, drip, drip of that black goop just kind of dripping down and congealing at the base of these pillars.
Zan, do you see anything?
There's another skull on the back wall.
Was he the one talking?
More likely than not, it is the plants that are speaking. The skull is probably interred in the tomb.
So we want to kill the plants.
I give Zan a very hard look.
If you have something you wish to say, I would suggest you say it.
I mean, I was about to say that I never heard of a plant talking, but then I've never been attacked by a plant either, and that just happened, so...
My assumption is what is inside of that tomb is something very dark and very evil. It has corrupted the plants, and therefore is corrupting the land above. So more likely than not, we'll have to deal with both.
So we're fixing the tomb by getting rid of the plants.
I don't have control of my token, but I would like to advance down between the pillars. It's fine. I'll get you back.
You will too. God damn you.
You know I will.
I won't see it coming. You'll just be like, that was for. Go, you, Zan, and you, Reed, there.
Make sure I stay about 10 feet back from him.
Okay.
Single party, so if it's a line attack, we all get killed.
I would like to take another torch out of my pack.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Did you pick up that coin? Yeah, so you got the coin, but yeah, you take the torch out?
Yeah, I take the torch because it's not so much the light as the fire that I want right now.
Right, yeah.
And then I would like to head up to the altar and just torch the plants that are sort of choking this crypt.
Yeah, you can see too on the pillars, those sconces have just lit themselves. There's like a bursting flame from each sconce, one sconce on each pillar. They've just lit themselves on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So this entire place
that's not creepy.
Is alight in kind of this flickering, dim, shadowy light that reflects off the gooey ooze and the vines, kind of constricting everything. But you reach the platform, and as you do, you can see the vegetation has these spores. There's 3 large ones in total that you definitely notice. 3 bulbous, spore-like protrusions that kind of just sit and pulse. Don't look at me like that as I explain this.
Pulsing mounds? Pulsing bulbous mounds? Alright, continue.
There's 3 though, so, anyway.
It's bulbous party.
To despair.
And it pulses this purple light. Wow.
Pulsing and purple? Like, okay then.
They need some release. Alright, they need some... Maybe this entire time This poor plant-like construction just needs some love. It just needs some loving.
It was just frustrated the entire time.
Yeah, it was just
The
screaming
ranger was the
out.
right one
And
to
that my
step.
dream wasn't that far off the mark in the first place. Maybe that was it.
The bard plays Barry White. The assassin
We are going to
turns
approach
around
this
and
problem
walks away.
head on.
Go change it.
Head on.
Right.
We're getting on this problem right now.
Oh, baby.
That's the way you are. Yeah,
Oh
so
my
I'm gonna
gosh.
just try and set fire to all this growths.
All right. You reach down and you go to light one.
I'm gonna light all three if I can.
You're gonna light all three. All right. So you go to light the
'Cause
first
I
one.
assume they're in a cluster. Unless they're separate.
Yeah.
If they're separate, I'll light one.
They're kind of separate. So you've got one. You can see you've got one light right at the front there. I'll just ping, and then you've got one at the back, and then one at the other side. And the other side looks a bit bigger. But yeah, so you go to like the one at the. Which one first?
Yeah, I'll light the one from.
At the front. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've reached down with your light. As you do, the pulsing of the bulbous construction just gets more and more, and you. Shit.
Sorry.
You
think
hit
they
it.
like
You hit
it.
it with the
Keep
flame.
going.
And it does. It kind of catches a light. Roll a d4.
A D4.
Yeah. One. All right. You almost can hear like this screech, kind of just penetrate your mind, as the flame just takes hold of this portion of the plant life. As it does, this bulbous thing just goes poof and explodes. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, as this this plant extrudes this cloud of green-like mist. 21. So it kind of hits into your lungs, and you kind of cough a bit and do this. I think 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so he's just out of reach. So it comes right up to you, Reed. You can see this cloud just extends and shifts between the pillars, and it just comes right up to your feet and disperses. And you can see in the cloudy mist of green, your ranger kind of coughing and spluttering, but there's this small fire now that's consuming the front section of the plant. The back two bulbous-like constructions start pulsing quicker and quicker. And you can
Did
see
you
that
just pollinate that?
I set it on fire, but it smells awful, I gotta say.
you can see that the vines have like penetrated the casket. There's like a thick glass at the top, and the casket's beautiful. It's like beautifully carved. It is wood, so you kind of wonder how it probably hasn't rotted, because you know that this is quite old. But the vines have kind of cracked, penetrated the glass through the top, and there's a large crack. But you can't quite see into it from where you're standing at the bottom, as the mist kind of disperses. Would you like to light the other two?
If I may.
Okay, you walk over to the one to your left, reach down with your fire, roll another d4.
Oh shit, hold on. Jump the gun. 4!
It's okay, because you're going to need that too as another screech. This one explodes. Another burst of air just kind of fills the area. Mist. And this time you actually take a like a big mouthful, a gulp of it, and you kind of for a second feel it burn your esophagus. You take 8 points of poison damage, as you can kind of feel it burn through the innards of your very being. You kind of step back for a second.
And collapse to one knee as I reach.
Yeah, there's something quite off you. Your vision kind of blurs for a second, and then you're okay. You're okay.
You
wish
okay
to
in there?
step Back.
I don't think I'm gonna do that a third time.
Why don't you just leave? The voice
You know,
screams.
you probably-
Shut up, lady.
You probably could have just thrown it from a distance after you figured out the first one.
Or I could have cast Eldritch Bolt at it.
Oh, that's pretty smart too.
So you can see that the cloud kind of disperses at your feet, Reed, so you can see the range of it.
If you step back to where I am, you should be okay when he pew-pews.
Yeah, as soon as he actually steps back and away, Zan will throw an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. The Eldritch blast like flies across the room, slams into it. Again, another screech, poof, another explosion of spore-like gas, and then it disperses. Now you've got basically two fires, slowly burning out, and the casket before you.
We should inspect the casket.
Are
feeling.
all three burnt to a crisp? I thought one was only slightly burnt.
Two are still burning, and one is like been blasted.
Just vaporized.
Just vaporized.
All right. Yeah, let's take a little. Well, I'd prefer if we waited till they burnt and we're no longer there, personally.
Okay.
But, you know, if you want to look at it right now, guys, who am I to say?
I'm okay with waiting.
maybe catch your breath a little bit, let them burn out.
Yeah, dude, it catches like right in the back of your throat. It's awful. I don't recommend it. 1 out of 5 stars.
Would not suck on it again.
Would not recommend.
But you released it. You gave it freedom. Alright. So you wait. You wait in the dripping dark crypt. Okay.
You know, it's how big are these bulbous mounds?
The flames? The mounds are gone. They're gone. They've exploded.
Okay, so it's just on fire now.
It's just on fire. You've got these little fires, and as you watch, you can see that the flames, the small flames, kind of lick at the casket, the wooden casket, and you'd think that it would
that's
probably
what I wanted to know.
lit the casket up, but it's not. It's just hitting the wood and just.
Are there holes in the casket? Like now, where the branches have burnt off?
No. You can see that the vines have actually penetrated the top. It hasn't actually gone through the wood section, but through the glass at the top.
Well, let's go peer into the soul of this casket, shall we? And gonna move right on up, avoiding the fires, and I'm gonna look inside the glass ceiling.
Okay. Step up the steps. The rest of you staying back. Zan.
Zan will move forward a little bit, but not very far.
Okay. How's Zan feeling at the moment? Is he kind of just wary of what's happening? Does this feel like home for him, or?
More along the lines of he doesn't trust what's in the box.
Yeah. Yep. See little halfling friend, big smile, big white teeth. I got this. Walks up to the platform, ascends the steps, kind of zigzags between the two flaming bulbous mounds that it's kind of now spluttering out in the damp air. Reed, you see your casket before you, thick glass shattered in the top. You kind of pull yourself up on the top, and to begin, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Pop your head over the top.
Oh, if it's more than 3 feet, absolutely I am.
Yeah, it's a little bit higher. So you're just about 4 feet. So you kind of like pull yourself up and you look down through the thick glass. And in the coffin, you see the withered remains of a man, covered in thick leather armor. Sharp spines of metal shoot from its layers in places where standard studs would usually be, running like teeth down to steel-capped boots. Sit in perfect stillness. Its face is withered and grey, with sunken sockets and wisps of white hair sprouting from a mottled scalp. His nose is sunken into leaving nothing but black holes, an array of teeth that just kind of get pulled back with a sinew of muscle and flesh that have not quite eaten away. Almost as if his body was allowed to wither to a point and then has just been frozen in death. Around his neck, you see a thick chain which holds a large stone. Black as ink, you watch as veins of silver swim before your eyes in this large stone. Its translucent nature shifting, flickering light of the flames. Beside him, a long sword sits, gleaming metal, its hilt held firmly in the dead man's withered grasp.
Are there any distinguishing
This music, though.
symbolism on the armor, or is it just like an arm? Like, I'm assuming the spiked skull behind him is their symbol of some sort, or his symbol, right?
Seems to be a consistent theme.
Have I ever heard of or seen anything in regards to this person? Because it seems, from what has been described to me, he seems quite elaborate, so he might have been famous enough to actually, be known.
Bob agrees. Make a religion check.
Oh, religion.
Yeah.
That's not one of my best subjects. Apparently I read this chapter quite well, though.
Yeah, you did. So you kind of look at this withered corpse, this creature caught in death, and you look up at the symbol, and suddenly a connection is made. You remember reading a story of a deity-like creature known as Orcus. Once I find my notes, 'cause that's what I need.
God, Tyler, why do we always end up with orcas?
Fuck. I was gonna say, every goddamn time we fight something or has to do something, it's fucking Orcus. You just ruining my day.
Yeah, the Prince of Death, a god that many can make deals with, make bargainings with on their moment of death, and usually not great deals. But
Really fun guy on a night out, though. He gets a bad rep.
someone else knows possibly what that's like in your party. But he obviously isn't aware of what this symbol means. And as that connection is made in your mind read, you see before you that icky mass of goop, that black goop that has congealed at the base of the pillar before you, seems to shift and rise and form this like large goop tar-like construction just pulling from the pillar, just all of the goop just pulling into it, and it's lifting itself from the ground. It just rises right in front of you, and you kind of watch as this thing.
Next.
Yeah, Zan, make a perception check.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Alright. As you see this out of the corner of your eye, you kind of tilt your head and you can hear this kind of, and you turn, and to your right, all of the goop at the bottom of the pillar is lifting and forming this large just mass next to you. And as you both look at these oncoming foes, read in the casket, the withered corpse, its eyes come alight with just fire, orbs of fire. And you can see that it just seems to be looking straight at you. And in one motion, lifts its withered arm with the sword and through the top of the casket. I told you to leave! Everyone roll initiative.
I'm in a great spot.
You're perfect. I love where you are.
Yes.
We go first.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's wearing leather armor and metal boots, right?
Yeah, they're like steel-capped boots. So yeah, I would
Zan
let
will
you
Rochambeau you for the armor.
be a metal shit. Even
No,
though
no.
technically.
I just want to know if there's metal touching him or not.
I know.
Okay, so
Zan will have to write in his journal about this tonight.
we have Ander. Yeah, you might be looking at your own fate staring right at you. Read. What did you roll?
We both rolled 21. I
Oh,
have
you
a
both rolled
3 for
21.
my initiative dexterity modifier.
So does Zan.
I will defer to the rogue warlock.
Okay. You guys around. And then creature, I'm rolling like shit for dex. So lucky you guys. Some of that music. Alright. So let's get into this. Ander, you're top of the round.
Okay.
So I will
This
put
creature's
this.
right in front of me.
Yeah, I'll put this creature on the map for you, just so that you're aware of where it is. Chuck him there, so you can see him there now. And you too, Zan.
I'm actually going to take just a quick step back. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the one in front of me.
Yep.
And then shoot it.
Do it.
Yeah, 24.
Nice.
And then 11 damage plus 16 damage total.
Nice. Yeah, so you just step back and shoot your arrow. It kind of shoots straight through it. You can see a large chunk of it just against the pillar.
Yeah.
And that's your go. Reed, you're up. If you're okay too.
Zan is going before me.
Oh, Zan,
We
sorry.
both
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Zan, he's deferred to you.
Well,
I'll fix that.
being that Reed is the one paying the bills, Zan will move to Boney McBonetown.
Okay, as you go out of his range, it's gonna do a swipe at you.
That's fine.
Okay. So that is... Yeah, it's like a 20 to hit. 20?
Yeah, 20 hits.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
And he gets a hellish rebuke.
Nice. And you're not wearing any metal, are you?
Oh,
No.
Jeebus.
Mr. Icky Pants, fail that save, please.
I did fail that save. 19
Take
points.
19 points.
Whoo! Yeah, you're pissed. You are as it swipes at you, you just look at it, and this force of energy just slams into it. It's massive construction slams up against the pillar and up against the pillar, and then it kind of seeps back down and reforms. But you're not wearing any metal, so that's
Nope.
fine for you. Reed, you are now up, if you're okay to be.
Yeah, I'm
wait,
good. No,
I'm gonna.
he sells his attack.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's just my reaction. So then I will take a swing at said Boney McBonerson.
Okay, there's just so much
18.
damage. You overwhelmed me. 18 hits.
Well, hellish rebuke. I mean, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not.
18 hits and 9 damage.
And is Reed close enough for me to get sneak attack?
Yes.
Yeah, he's within one thing. So 5 more on top of that, so 14 total.
Nice. Yeah, so you just rush up to it and slash into it from behind. Kind of turns. It is still sitting in the casket, and it kind of turns with its large sword, looking at you. You can see its withered, kind of rotting face. It is now going to stand.
Reed's turn.
Reed,
I do
know
get
what?
my turn though.
that medication is not helping. It's not helping at all. Reed,
Uh,
go.
So Reed is gonna sing a little ditty that goes, "The sword, the sword, the sword is on fire. You don't need that thing. Drop it fucking right now." And he's gonna
Yep.
cast heat metal on it.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck off. For a massive 2 damage.
Okay.
He automatically takes the 2 damage. However, he must make where is it? A Constitution save to see if he holds on to it.
He fails. Drops the weapon.
Down goes the sword.
So with the clatter, it kind of just you kind of it's not much damage, but you've kind of focus it straight onto the hand holding the weapon, and he lets it loose and it clatters to the ground next to the casket. Okay, so he is. Yep.
And that's all I'm doing.
Yep. All right. So he is now going to stand. He is going to. Yep. Pick up his weapon.
Now my question is, does he take another 2d8 because it is still heated for an entire minute?
Now this is the question. The heat weapon.
Any creature that comes within physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell.
Automatically. Does he have to continually make the save?
Yes. If the creature holding it or wearing the object takes the damage from the creature, must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can.
Okay.
If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
That is clutch. Alright, what is your DC?
13.
He makes it this time. So he reaches over the casket and grabs it, but he does take that 2 damage again. And he's holding it like, you can see the burning, the hissing sound of flesh as he goes to swing at you.
At least he's swinging at
He has
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
He does. It's a 10. It's a 14 to hit Reed.
14 does not hit Reed. 15 would have.
And a natural 1. Just you kind of swinging out of its way. It kind of can't hold it properly as it's trying to just keep its grip. So that's that go. The oozes are going to move. I get on the right layer. There we go. 5, 10, 15. He's going to move right up to you. 5, 10, 15, 20. He does get all the way up to you as well, Zan. So they just kind of slick and slime across the moldy floor towards you. This one's going to take a shot at you, Anda. With an 11, I don't think that hits.
Swing and a miss.
And against you, Zan, a 3. I am rolling like absolute shit now.
Amen.
So yeah, these creatures are just kind of reaching out to you with their and missing. You're kind of dodging out of the way. Anda, top of the round.
If I try and move away from this thing, I'm gonna provoke an attack, right?
Correct.
Can I just like take a single step like back without provoking?
No.
Is that a thing? If you just move 5 feet? No.
You could use disengage as your full action, but then you can't do anything else.
Correct.
Alright, bugger that. I'm gonna drop the bow again. And draw my swords and attack.
Do it.
Attack. Does a 10 do it?
A 10 does not. So yeah, it kind of contorts itself as you swing your weapon and just misses.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, because I think I don't want to move because I don't want to get attacked.
You've got your
And
hunter's
that would have
mark.
been bonus to draw swords, and then. But don't I have to hit for that to affect anything?
Correct. Yeah. But you've
So
already
I haven't
used it.
hit him, so I can't do anything with it.
Correct. All right. Zan.
Yeah.
You're up.
Righto then. I guess I'm going to poke him again.
Okay.
Poke Big Bad.
Yeah, he's now standing in the casket, shattered glass around his feet. Alright. 15 does hit, just.
Cool.
So that's 9 points of damage.
Take 12 points of damage.
Ooh.
And... Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Alright. Yes, you are just slashing into this creature. Reed, you're up.